Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what we're about to do. We've got to talk about this fire that happened in Dolton. This is crazy, crazy work. Now, initially from the go, people were already alluding to and making tacit comments about the fact that somehow or another Tiffany was tied to it. Now even the news is starting to do it. Critic of embattled Dolton, Illinois mayor sees business destroyed by suspicious fire. This has got to be insane. And you probably have seen it. So let's just real quick watch this fire video very quickly. Let me back that up. Oh, man. Why is it all foggy? Well, that's not good. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. There we go. Yo, this thing is insane looking. Now I gotta add. That's craziness. Oh man, that is bonkers. I mean, that thing exploded. Yo, that is craziness. All right, so we've seen this. And now, I mean, the news is speculating, throwing it out there, that somehow or another, even on the front page, oh my gosh, man. I hate it because Tiffany is going to get caught up in this. And I mean, I can't think of a better person now. Let's just be honest. Hold on. I should have just downloaded that thing before I did it. All right. Again, critic of embattled Illinois mayor sees businesses destroyed in suspicious fire. Officials, the local business was previously raided as part of a stolen car investigation. Yo, man, poor Mr. Larry, man. Let's keep it going. Let's go real quick. An Illinois business belonging to a local critic. Let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all. A local critic of the super mayor. There we go. Let's drop that back. There we go. That's a lot better. An Illinois business belonging to the vocal critic of embattled Democratic mayor went up in flames earlier this week in what is being investigated as a suspicious incident. The fire is suspicious in nature, Dolton Deputy Fire Chief John Calhoun told WGN. We do have the fire marshal out here currently with our muted arson team. All right, let's go. That's interesting. What is mutual aid arson team? What's the mutual aid is? The fire began at approximately 6 a.m. on Tuesday and was quickly elevated to a 3-alarm response. While no one was injured, the building was completely destroyed. Fox 32 Chicago is reporting. A smaller fire was also reported at the same location last week, according to WGN. That's the part I think that a lot of people didn't know about, was that there was a small fire over there in the same area last week. So was that supposed to be the big fire? Was that supposed to be the one that shut down Mr. Larry? Was that be the one that destroyed the building? The word suspicious is an understatement of the night. Understatement. Firefighters battled 3-alarm blaze as it destroys a local business in Dolton, Illinois on Tuesday, April 29th. Man, that thing just exploded. Look at that. I mean, I have no idea what was in the building, but my goodness, in the morning, that is intense right there. The location was raided by the Illinois Secretary of State Police last year as part of a stolen car investigation, according to WGN. Officials previously told the outlet that 10 of 50 vehicles parked on the property were involved in auto theft investigation, with the owner, Lawrence Gardner, reportedly claiming he uses the facility to rent parking spots. Okay. The Illinois Secretary of State and Dolton Fire Department did not immediately respond to the Fox News Digital's request for comment. All right. So, I mean, we've all seen these pictures, man. This is so insane. Firefighters worked to extinguish the blaze at the local business in Dolton, Illinois on Tuesday. Gardner reportedly was a frequent critic of the outgoing Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Gardner previously claimed he was being retaliated against by Henyard for not offering his support, according to WGN. Gardner did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital's request for a comment. This is absolutely insane. Henyard, who critics have dubbed the worst mayor in America, I think that was on, I think the worst mayor of America moniker, I really think that was like by like a major news outlet. Let me see real quick. I really think a major news outlet named her that. I know I've heard Hannibal mention it and others, but it was Newsweek. Wait. Yeah, it's Newsweek. Here we go, real quick. Let me bring it in. I think I can do this right. Probably gonna do it wrong. No, it was Newsweek. It wasn't just look. It wasn't just our critics. It was a doggone Newsweek. I mean, that's fair to say. It's pretty big news outlet. That is crazy. I did see that, and I was like, man, she didn't hit the stratosphere. Let's keep it going. Has been the subject of numerous allegations throughout the years. The self-described super mayor came under fire last month for failing to show up for 4 consecutive village board meetings after losing her bid for re-election in February. I mean, no lie detected there. Like, what's going on? In 2024, the FBI served subpoenas to the Dolton Village Hall amid ongoing claims of corruption, but Henyard was not served. She was also faced sexual assault allegations and scrutiny surrounding her cancer charity. I They should probably rephrase the sentence. That sentence. She has not faced those allegations, but yeah, I think they should definitely, that deserves 3 sentences. Fox, it's okay. It's not gonna cost any more pixels. Just go ahead and fill that thing all the way out because that's a very confusing sentence, especially when you know what actually happened, or at least the backdrop of that comment right there. Let's keep going. Following her loss as mayor-elect Jason House, authorities issued a federal subpoena after launching a criminal investigation tied to the development project involving land owned by Henyard's married boyfriend, according to Fox 32 Chicago. Yo, they bring it, y'all, they bringing everybody into this thing. House and Henyard did not immediately respond to the Fox News Digital request for a comment. All right, let's jump into the Hellcat. Look at the comments. I got comments down here. I don't think they do. Oh, they do. All right, let's see what we got. This is what you get if you only allow paid activists to vote in local elections. You don't bother. Meanwhile, some PAC gives incentives to people to vote as a PAC suggests. That's how local elections are bought. Interesting. Be prepared for more of this. Democrats have normalized lethal violence against any of those who they view as political enemies, and they have plenty of protection from judges and bureaucracy. Oh wow, okay. Let me see here. What a mess. Pick your poison on this one. Retaliation, insurance fraud, destruction of evidence. Yo, that's actually, I didn't even think about that part. Seems nearly everyone is a perp some of something illegal, is a perp of something illegal in that district. So makes it hard to attach a particular crime to a particular perp. Hmm, interesting. Okay, I got you. I see what you did there. That was pretty insightful. All right, we are not going to Hellcat too much into these comments, but I need to know what y'all think about it. Let me see. I'm sure there's going to be some more on this, but in the meantime, between time, I appreciate you. I just wanted to talk about that. I know it's been out there lingering. Some people have asked me what I thought about it. Had I heard about it? Blah, blah, blah. I was actually waiting for some more information pertaining to that first fire because I actually heard about the first fire from someone who lives in Dolton. And I said, oh, well, let me just wait. Let me just see what happens. And see where they land, but I hadn't heard anything about it, but I did want to talk about this. So let me jump over here into the best live chat on the internet and see what y'all got going on over there. All right, let's see. What my good people got going on? Hey, what's going on, Mandy? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I never see. That's what I'm saying. Like that sentence was not a good one. They didn't need to say that. What's going on? Uncivil law in the building. What's happening, brother? I'm gonna be talking about Mr. Sean Puff Daddy Combs next week, so we might need to talk with you. So shout out to Uncivil Law, fantastic content creator. All right, let's see what's going on. Hey, I see you, Saint and Sinner. Good to see you. Absolutely, thank you so much. Excellent supporter of the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I want to know how this thing shakes out and what will be the end result. What do y'all think is going to happen? I mean, I hate to say it, if Tiffany was somehow okay, I just got to say this. If somehow or another Tiffany was associated with destroying this man's business, here's a picture on the Facebook page. If Tiffany is really responsible for this, if she really did do this, y'all, that woman is something else. If she really did do this, and she's somehow or another associated with it, sent one of her goons, or she herself did it, or whatever of that nature, yo, that's some wild stuff. And I say that only because like there's a lot of people looking at her, a lot of people looking. So she associated herself with, again, sent some of her goons, or if with the vehicles that were stolen that were there allegedly. If somehow or another she's associated with that, maybe one of her goons was the one that was stealing the cars and trying to rent. I don't know, but if she's somehow associated with that and she moving this recklessly, as in burning down an entire business, somehow that's insane. Yo, that would be the wildest thing I ever saw in my life. Don't be a menace to South Dalton while drinking your juice in the hood. Don't be a menace to Tiffany and her goals, man. She got goals. What's going on? I keep thinking, Tiffany is petty enough to destroy property, especially to those who were her biggest enemies. I just can't, I, I just don't want to believe that she would be that reckless. I agree with you, Grenard. I totally can see it. But I'm like, hold on. Now you at least got to pump the brakes. If the FBI, if Alphabet Boys and been down there in your neighborhood and you would do something like that and associate with that. I mean, not saying that she's not above it, but you would still do it and everybody's looking at you already. That would be mad reckless. I just don't want to believe that she would be that reckless. Now, again, anything is possible. I'm not saying it's outside the realm, but I just don't want to believe that you would be that reckless and do something that ignorant while people are looking at you. That would just be crazy, in my opinion. In my opinion, I like, man, come on, you can't be that bad. You can't be that down bad. I mean, now granted, you could be, but please don't be that down bad. Let's see what. So somebody was actually asking, and I just realized that there's a little news report. News for Reasonable People did a review of TIFF. Rumor has it, the Star says, TIFF is now a lot lizard for the trucking people. No, my gosh. Let's be honest, DWC. She came to a board meeting dressed as, dang it, I forgot about that. Okay. But okay, okay, Saint Center, here we go. Again, I just don't want to believe you're that reckless. Okay. For example, if people were in the parking lot, where was that? That was in Dolton. So if they were in the Dolton parking lot and some shady character had come after this meeting, had come around and busted people in their kneecaps because they didn't have their money, to me, I'd be like, yeah, Tiffany was involved in it. That makes sense. Because the FBI wasn't zeroing in, really, the news wasn't even zeroed in on her until, because that Be Better Have My Money Nino Brown skit was well before the whole Vegas trip. The Vegas trip, in my opinion, was what brought a lot of eyes to Dolton. So if some of her goons was meeting people in the back alley breaking the kneecaps, I'd be like, yo, that's kind of, this looks bad. The Nino Brown thing looks bad. But I just don't want to believe that she's that underhanded. And that's just me. I just don't want to believe it. But that does not mean that it's not true. Okay. It just means that DWC just wants to believe in better for people. But my goodness, in the morning, this looks bad. And I will say this. If they investigate and they come up and find that she did, or they got video of her gas in a place or whatever, I'm perfectly fine with the ramifications, because I do believe that she deserves those ramifications are justified. I just can't believe, I just don't want to believe that she's that reckless. But again, I'm not committed to it. If you, for example, if you give me a cogent argument for why you believe that she did this, you got some evidence to that fact, you got some video evidence or whatever like that, I'm good with it. What's Garnett said? She's losing her job and they paid her $350,000 a year, and that's the most money she's ever seen thus far. Folks are crashed out for less. Dog, man, y'all making a good point. But see, this is what I'm talking about. No, she definitely had some addicts, those who are committed to it. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Because remember during the election with come on, who's the guy that did the documentary? We all really liked it. Tommy G. Remember Tommy G? And she had those people come in that were quote unquote supporting her, and they looked as suspect as today is Thursday. Those kind of things right there. That's what I'm talking about. I believe that could definitely unequivocally be the case right there for sure. Now, if you told me that again, I said I made room for, if her goons were involved in it, then there we go. But oh my gosh, this is terrible. Hey, let me bring this video in real quick and we can check it out together. And this is just somebody else discussing what's been happening in Dolton. And of course, the FBI expanded probe and all that kind of good jazz. Let's see if we go. Let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Every time I say we're done with Tiffany Henyard, we're done with Dolton, we're done with Thornton, Township of Thornton, I'm wrong. Today, feds expand the probe of Tiffany Henyard into Thornton Township, Illinois. Thought they already covered Thornton, but I guess not. I guess it was just the village of Dolton. We've got this and a bunch of other updates. Nothing major, but this storyline just keeps a-going. Let's get into it. Here we go.
And the federal investigation into embattled South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard is
embattled.
Sources tell us tonight the FBI is now looking into how taxpayer money was handled in Thornton Township. Supervisor, at least for a few more weeks. Henyard has been a no-show for every Thornton meeting for months, and it was no different tonight. Our Jermont Terry is live in the South suburbs with what he's learned. Jermont.
Joe and Erica, tonight, multiple sources confirm that federal agents have, in fact, ventured here into Thornton Township. In the past 3 weeks, they have talked to several current and former employees of the township, all talking about the spending associated with Henyard's administration and her time as supervisor, a tenure which comes to an end in May.
Any further discussion? If not, call roll, please.
Tuesday night, Thornton Township trustees carry
Carry
on official business without the lame duck supervisor, Tiffany Henyard. Despite Henyard's term coming to an end next month, she remains MIA for her position.
But
remember when the last time was.
Yet over the weekend, Henyard did show her face to hand out food boxes to residents for the Easter holiday.
Thank you so much for loving on me. This is not.
And the food boxes weren't authorized. The one thing she does it wrong. Just this woman can't get anything right. OnlyFans, watch out. Tiffany Henyard's coming for you. The Tiff, $3.99, and you can see it all per month.
You wow.
of your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. I got bigger and better things coming.
CBS News Chicago, through multiple sources, confirmed the feds have come into Thornton Township. The FBI was already looking into Dolton finances spending, and now the probe, according to sources, have spilled over into the township where Henyard was appointed.
There's probably more gone than we think is gone.
Mary Avant is a newly elected trustee and will be sworn in next month. She's not at all surprised the feds are now widening the investigation to the township Henyard oversaw. What is your thoughts and concerns when you hear that federal agents are now talking to Thornton Township employee?
I'm actually pleased with it.
Wow. Township brawl when Henyard jumped in the middle?
Yes.
New fallout. The activist and his friend are now suing the township. The two fought with Henyard and her boyfriend, who was a township employee at the time. Tuesday night, the trustees voted.
That was a solid brawl, though. I mean, that had some action to it, right? Tiffany Henyard just jumping in there, losing her shoe. I think her wig came off. Just a bunch of guys, one guy up by the big screen TV. That was some real chaos. I mean, that's made for TV, it's made for YouTube entertainment.
To hire an
No,
attorney
YouTube
to
blocks
represent
that.
the township.
At the time, she was a supervisor. She is the supervisor today. So once again, it's just to protect the township. You know, she still is, as of right now, part of the township.
So here in Thornton Township, when an elected official misses 5 consecutive meetings, they have the authority to somewhat remove and start the process, remove that person from office. However, because she only has 1 meeting left, Henyard, that is, they're questioning as to whether or not it's even worth it at this point. But one thing that is moving forward, that federal probe where federal agents are currently talking to past and current employees. Reporting live in Thornton Township tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago.
Thank you, Jermont.
Let's talk about the township of Thornton. Now, Tiffany Henyard has lost her position, Township of Thornton. She's no longer supervisor of Township of Thornton. She's also not the mayor of Dolton anymore. She's lost both of those races in absolutely crushing style. She said that there was going to be Tiffany Henyard, Tiff, Tahoe Tiff. I haven't said that in a while. Tahoe Tiff without the Tahoes lost in a massive landslide. Massive landslide. And I have been predicting that Tiffany Henyard will not do any time. However, this story here, and that's why I'm covering it today, interests me because the FBI has now stepped into Thornton Township. One of my first thoughts when I heard this storyline was, oh, okay, maybe funding from the Township of Thornton into Tiffany Henyard, Tiff Cares, or whatever it was called, the cancer charity. I know she cut a check or had a donation from Township of Thornton to her charity with her name on it that she later tried to deny and say, somebody's just using my likeness and everybody likes me, so they want to use my name on the charity. I don't know anything about that, even though there's all kinds of videos on her YouTube or her Facebook account about her doing the walkathon with her charity with Stan Brown. Don't ask me questions. I was just riding a bike on that trip. And you're like, yeah, but you were there supporting Tiffany Henyard. So my thought is FBI is waiting to close out Dolton. They've already got all those folks investigated. And now they're just kind of doing their final fishing expedition. So what was your experience? What did you encounter? Did you see anything that caused concern? They're merely covering their bases for the Township of Thornton. That's what my first thought was. And then another thought is, well, maybe they've got something in Dolton and maybe they're going along the same exact lines. Overspending? Okay. All right. I just don't think they've got enough to pin Henyard with criminal charges. If I am wrong, I would love to be wrong on this one. I would love to be wrong. Because we're going to live stream that arrest. We're going to, whatever coverage there is of it. We will do that because you guys have been saying for literally years now, Tiffany Henyard's going to prison. I don't think she is, but I wouldn't be against it either because I think enough laws have been broken. I think there's been enough shenanigans. I think there's been enough illegal things that she probably should spend a little time or get a fine or whatever. But I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to.
Okay, y'all. Somebody asked me. I want to say it was Saint Center earlier, and I emailed her and I said she's moving. She has so many things that are slam dunks, and she still isn't in jail. She still isn't in custody. She still hasn't been charged. I hate to say it. I don't think it's going to happen. I want it to happen, but there's just too many examples. Like there's just too many examples out here, and she still isn't in jail. She still isn't locked up, indicted, even charged, for crying out loud. I hate to say it. And so that's another reason why I don't know about this fire thing. I don't know if it's truly her. I just don't see her moving like that. But let me hear what y'all say. Jump in the chat for sure. Let's go. Let's get it.
Happen in 2025. We're not really doing that. So is the FBI taking a look at Tiffany Henyard from the standpoint of Thornton Township? Is that a definite, well, game on, they're going to arrest her? No, I don't think so. I think this is, all right, we're going to do the final look through. We're going to do the final sift through all the details, the final interviews after the elections has happened. And because she was supervisor of Township of Thornton, I think they wanted to do that at the very tail end. That is my thought, but I've been known to be wrong before. I would love to be wrong on this one.
Facts.
I would. Yeah, we'll do some live streaming if that's the case. All right, we got a few more pieces to cover here. Nothing, nothing too super exciting, but the storyline just keeps on going with this woman. Tiffany Henyard skips Dolton meetings as controversial tenure nears quiet end. A month or two ago, whenever that elections
right,
was emailing with Critical Smoker. Follow him on YouTube, great channel. And he did a lot of live streams of stuff that, we're covering now. And he and I were emailing back and forth. And he said, word on the street is that Tiffany Henyard isn't going to attend a single meeting more.
Right.
And he was 100% correct. Tiffany Henyard just hasn't showed up. That always stuck in the back of my mind is Henyard's not going to show up because she lost and she's a quitter. She's a loser. She's a quitter. And that's what quitters do. They just step out and then they blame society for their loss by saying, I'm a black woman and you don't respect me, and racism and a bunch of other nonsense. When in fact, a black dude took a position in Dolton. It's like, hey, you're not doing your job, or you're doing your job very poorly. So her not showing up, not a surprise. Not a surprise there whatsoever. Outgoing Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's name removed from outside Village Hall. Who else has a storyline by CBS News Chicago about their name being taken off a building other than Tiffany Henyard? Nobody else cares. But Tiffany Henyard branded herself. Now, I'm going to say something nice about Tiffany Henyard. If you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all. Well, I am going to say something nice here. She was really good at getting her name out there.
I can agree with that,
phenomenal. And that's one of those things. Her branding, she's always been a really good self-promoter. Whether you don't like her, that's kind of the boat I sit in, or if you're one of the senior citizens that blindly follows her just no matter what, doesn't matter. She could run out and murder somebody and you guys would be like, I support Tiffany Henyard, because of that completely blind vision that you have that Tiffany Henyard's our girl. She's the greatest thing ever since sliced pie, cake, bread. I don't know, maybe sliced bread. But yeah, story here. Removed from outside Village Hall. Her name got taken down. That is how much people do not appreciate Tiffany Henyard doing her thing. I mean, that gets a multi-article story out of it. Here we go. House campaign on cleaning house after the small South suburban community gained the national spotlight with the antics, questionable spending, and federal probes surrounding the one-term Mayor Henyard. Yeah, who else gets multiple FBI probes other than a mayor who has really taken a village and a township in a wildly wrong direction? Henyard is the subject.
Real quick. Do y'all think that Team House should have waited until after Inauguration Day to change the names? What do you think? I don't actually think it's bad, but I want to hear what you think. Was it bad? Was it wrong? Should they have waited until until after they took office? Nope. Okay. I should have made a poll. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have. Let me make a poll as well, just so other people come in. I don't think it was a problem at all. I just wonder, y'all think it was? I've heard people upset about it, like, oh, they changed the name of the name already, hasn't taken office. Okay, got you. That's fair. I think it's a fair observation. But does it matter? I don't think it really matters when the smoke clears. I don't think it really matters. But I just want to ask. I'll make a poll about it too, because I didn't make a poll yet. All right. All right. All right. Poll is up. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's finish this up, my guy. Let's go.
Of a federal investigation, and her administration spending was audited by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. We really didn't get crazy numbers out of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Like when Lightfoot ended her report, I was like, that's it? That's it? There's just not enough in there to pin her with, you spent a bunch of money that wasn't yours on your own stuff. She overspent, but a lot of it was overspent on quasi-legit things like, oh, we had to take a trip to Portland, Oregon. And yeah, we had to take a trip to Vegas. And you know how that one went. You had to take a trip to Texas, and I forget where else she went. Had to have, 4 cops on her payroll all the time because everybody was gunning for her. Her safety was compromised. That stuff, okay, probably some aggressive spending. Is it enough? Is it enough to stick her with criminal charges? I don't think so. That's bottom line. I don't think so. And that's where I keep going back to. I think her career is OnlyFans. I hate to say it, it's OnlyFans because YouTube is a long, hard, tough pull.
Right.
It's just it's a lot of work, and it's not overnight. And Tiffany Henyard has lost. She's lost like $400,000 in annual income. Her boyfriend got booted from his non-job that he was doing. What was it? Violence prevention or something for $100K a year that he never did a thing on in Dolton. I think that's what his job was. And Tiffany Henyard with losing the supervisor, that was a $200,000 role a year plus. I think it was like $260,000. Then $100K or $50K or some damn thing from Village of Dolton. Between all those, salaries, she got nothing. She got nothing left. And everybody keeps saying she's living above the car wash. And just haven't seen much of her other than she did take a trip to LA. I think she's trying to get her career launched there. And that's why I keep saying, and I know other people agree with me, only career she's got going, which doesn't take a lot, is OnlyFans.
Dude, you're wild, man.
Is that going to happen? I don't know.
That's crazy.
Stay tuned. This storyline, I'm no longer saying, this is probably the last one I'll ever do on Tiffany Henyard, because clearly it's not. We'll keep going until the very bitter end. I don't know when that is. 2030? Probably. I don't know. Make sure you subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.
I just thought that was interesting. I hadn't seen it, so I had to take a second to process it with y'all. I don't think hopefully her next career will be feeding the people and in the lunch line at the prison. But let me know what y'all think. That's going to be wild to say the least. And I'm just trying to check through and see if there's any other coverage of this fire. I just don't. I'm not willing to give it to her. I'm not going to give the fire to her. There's a lot of shenanigans, though. Let me just say that. Now, I still might use her that picture in my thumbnail, though. Let me just say that as well. But I don't think so. I do not think she did that. I just don't believe it. There's just too many. That would just be super reckless. Oh, that picture is AI. Oh, that's an AI picture for sure. They gonna come get her in June? Why not now? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think she did that. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna use just the picture of the fire itself. But I just don't believe that woman did that. Now, if you told me she was associated with it and somehow or another tied to it, I might get with you. But I just don't think she did it. That's just my little 2 cents. All right. All right. What does she say here? She is going to prison. FBI takes its time in order to cover all the bases criminally. Okay. Okay. I got no problem with that. And I've said it before. I'm good with that. They're going to be serving dinner together. That's wild. Napoleon doesn't get sworn in until the middle. Isn't that when do they both get sworn in the same day, Jason and Napoleon? I thought it was like the 15th or something of May. Let me double check. I thought I had it on my calendar. I thought, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I don't know about that. I'm something happened. Is definitely suspect. I do think that Tiffany being associated with it is light work, but hey, anything can happen. Let me know what y'all think. Let's see these lights. I don't know about these lights, Jason. There we go. I like that better. All right, let's go. I'm just scrolling through. I do not see anything else pertaining to it. I don't think. Yeah, that fire was insane. That whole entire building is gone. And there's gonna be a lot that comes from that, but we will see. Okay, Chris said, "Oh, Chris is making claims." He said Harvey Mayer is gonna be the next to fall. Mark my words. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, I've said this before. um, I've said this before, like raffling off some of these shenanigans to her morbid fans. I think you could actually maybe make a couple dollars off of it. Not many, but these signs with her name on it, these signs with her picture on it, raffle them jokers off. You support her so much. Here, there you go. We got a silent auction. But I think it would be interesting to say the least. Now, as soon as I get more information pertaining to it, I will, of course, pertain to this fire or anything pertaining to the Southland. I see somebody commented about the Southland right here. I will definitely do a show and comment on it. I do want to say thank y'all to all of you all who've been rocking with us. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. What is David up in here doing? Anyone find that I should read David's comments before I even start. Anyone find the wig she lost during the fight? Raffle that off. Now that would be hilarious. The shoe, the golden microphone. Y'all need to raffle off that Tahoe if y'all didn't send it back because y'all got that major lease on that thing. We have a heaping of her hospitality, Tiffany. That is sit and spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back to my jailhouse now. You're here. You're wild. Oh, there you go. Wayman said he got it. Okay, well, raffle that thing off, man. We can make a couple bucks. Okay, I kind of want to use that picture for the thumbnail, but I know I shouldn't because I'm not really. I don't know if I agree, if I believe it. I don't want to be putting things up that I don't believe like that. But I will put a picture of the fire though for sure, because I think that's meaningful, and I do talk about it. All right, bang. What's going on? Good to see you, man. What's Q got going on? Tiff is an entrepreneur. She'll be back to Good Burger. Oh, hey, the way they roasting, the way they dunking on St. Patrick's. I don't know if I'd want to do a restaurant, and they give St. Patrick's that work. Now I would leave that alone. Well, we know that there's an old warehouse that's been burned down. Maybe she can start another skating rink over there. I don't know, but I would probably. I'm going to go with. I've said it before. I think if she doesn't go to jail, she's going to do some kind of reality television. That just seems like a good fit for her personality, and of course, her infamy would fit perfect in a reality television show. So that would be what I think she would do. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? She ate all of the good burgers and set the fire to the fryers, and she blamed the staff member. See, that would be craziness. All right, let me get that thumbnail done. This is a very interesting point that Miss Mandy's making right here. What does she say right here? I bet some stupid town offers her a job. I hate to say it. Now that I can see happening. I can kind of see that happening. I wish that they wouldn't, but I think we all agree that there's far sillier people on the planet. So it's not that's not a reach at all. I can totally see that happening. I can totally see that. All right, got the thumbnail done. I can see that, Smith. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I gotta process that one, but I can rock with that. Thank you, Mike, for the $2 super. Thank you so much. Clean house, clean sweep, win. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. No, Tiffany cannot come down to Fulton. No, we are closed. Fulton County and Georgia as a whole are closed. We're closed. We don't need nothing. We don't need any more drama down here. Trust me. I don't believe that she bought that house out there. And sad to say, I don't think Tiffany is that interesting. Now, granted, we enjoy, but think about a movie. It would have to be a low budget movie with a high return for that to even fall into the purview of being reasonable. Because I mean, movies have been doing horrible for the last however many years. So I don't know if people would care that much about a biography about Tiffany Henry. It would need to be for TV, definitely not made for big screen. A female rapper over 40 career. Because she's launching it. Okay. That'd be different. Now, granted, the fact that the one song she's put out is absolutely horrible, but I can that's not the craziest thing I've heard. I'll say it like that. That's not the craziest thing I've heard. What's going on, Bob? Good to see you, brother. Grace and peace. What did Q say? If she goes to prison, love and lockup and love after lockup are also good options. That is true. Yeah, that's one. I don't think she bought that house out there in California. I think it's really, really sad. But there's another lady named Tiffany Henry that bought a house around the same time. I think I don't think that she bought a house because, again, she would lose it. I mean, there would be no way to be able to keep it. Uh-oh. Saint Sinner said she got family out there. Look, I don't think that she did that. But again, I'm willing to try to give grace. I don't think she did. Yo, Tiff and 4% rap album Collaboration. Now that needs to happen in 2025. That we need to put on our bingo boards for sure. Because that would be epic. Albeit epically bad, it would still be epic. Let me add that to it. Right. And she couldn't even pay rent. Like I personally don't think she was as good a money manager as people assume that she was. I don't think she was. I think she really did waste a lot of money and did not have access. She doesn't have as much money or has access to as much money as people give her credit for. I don't think so. By the way, I will be doing a recap starting next week, over the Diddy trial. The Diddy trial starts the voir dire starts on Monday, the 5th, and we'll be going through it, just kind of giving a recap, probably doing some news outlets and catching up with reporters that are reporting on that topic. So that'll be every evening. I haven't set an exact time, but it'll probably be like 9 o'clock my time, just like an hour Diddy update. I would say Diddy After Dark, but that would probably be really bad. That probably would not go well. Clip that. So that'll be coming up as well. Thumbnail is up. We're ready to go. All right. Y'all wild. Y'all are wild. I just don't think she was really that good of a money manager. Oh, look, it's past my bedtime. Let me tell you. It'll be past my bedtime. So we got all hanging there together. Most lottery winners, and this is a great point, end up broke. Tiff won the super mayor lottery. No way she managed her money. I agree. I mean, the fact that she was renting a house is enough, in my opinion. Like the fact that she was renting a house is already proof positive that she was missing some financial awareness steps for sure. So we will see. We will see for sure. We will duke it out and argue it out as the things happen. I think we'll probably see some movement, if you will. Them alphabet boys or girls might roll down the street. We'll see. I don't know what I thought it was going to be. The election was going to be the sign that they'll start rolling through. People said no. We already here. I don't know. Maybe it's the inauguration. I don't know. That's a theory. She rented a house so she could run when everything went south. Do you think she had that level of forethought, though? Do you really think she ever thought that things would go this bad? And she would lose the township, she'd lose the mayorship, she would be under investigation. She's potentially going to be. Do you think she really, truly thought it would go this bad? That she would be ready to hightail it out, got her bug out bag at the door? I don't know. I don't think she thought it would get this bad, in my opinion. But what do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I don't think it was ever forecast in her mind that she would be on this side of. I think she really thought she was going to win. I think she really thought these people were rocking with her, and she didn't have a sane estimate of her. Didn't have a sane estimate of people's opinions of her, especially when you watch the WGN video that we watched the other night that we thought was going to be better than it was. But remember the lady that was in the car said, I would never vote for that woman, but I'm going to come get that food. That was crazy. That was nasty work right there. She has money somewhere. Okay. Okay. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't believe that she did. I don't think she had that forethought. I think that's a fantastic question. The mayor here in South Fulton, that brother didn't pay his rent. I don't know. Why are they renting? Well, I understood the mayor in South Fulton, if I'm not mistaken, he rented an apartment. He was trying to be show that he was involved in the community. So he rented an apartment in a neighborhood that was a little bit distressed. So if I understand his story correctly. So I'm not giving that's not a pass for renting. Or I'm sorry, not paying your rent. I just understand why he was renting. Okay, early. Okay. Just before the fight broke out, you sounded like she was giving away her goodbye speech because she said, I want to thank all my supporters. And then the fight happened. Don't underestimate a dummy. I can kind of dig that. Okay. Hey, let me say it again. I'm not opposed to any of it. I wouldn't be surprised. And maybe that's where I just want to land. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it went a different way. Oh, yeah. Like where's his money? Where's her married boyfriend's money? But remember, a lot of people said that he was going to go once she lost the mayoralship. A lot of people argue that he was going to go back to his wife. But as far as I know, he's still out there running around with her, as far as I can tell. As far as well, yeah. So where's he? Did he go home? Did he go home? It's crazy. I think it's something good. Let's keep talking about it. Whoa. I hope not. I hope she wasn't doing that. Could you ask the poll voters that said he put the sign up too early why they feel that way? Yeah. Well, I didn't check the poll. Why do you feel like he put the sign up too early? I do wonder that question as well. If you're saying that Team House was a little premature in putting up the Jason House mayor sign, why do you say that? So at the current moment, it's about 13%. People said that. Is there a reason why you think he put it up to? In your opinion, why do you say it was too early? Why do you say it was too early? And I can give you a reason why I think it could be considered too early, even though I don't think it was. I can argue why I think it might have been. Yeah, I don't think he did either. Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're dealing with the Joker when we talk about Tiffany Henry's thought process because it's all over the place. I have no idea what you're thinking when you did this. Why did you do that? What were you thinking? I mean, it is raining. My daughter was supposed to go get school pictures. I mean, senior pictures today, and it's raining again. Poor baby. All right. So, yeah, if you feel like I think that Team House was perfectly fine in, unless of course something changes, he would be sworn in as mayor. So, okay, it's fine. Let him go ahead and put the sign up and such like that. I don't think it was a lot of money. It wasn't like money's been wasted for various and sundry things already. I don't think whatever they paid, let's just say they paid $3,000 for the change the names, take the names down and put them back up. I think they did it on the glass doors and some other places, as well as outside Village Hall. I don't think that was the biggest deal. I mean, there's a lot of other problems that are going on. Definitely, if we wanted to have that discussion, by the time we finish arguing about it, he'll be sworn in, the sign will be valid. Bada boom, bada bing. All right. Yeah, I this is a reason why the sooner that you place those signs, the longer the voters see your name. Okay. People were there are people who had an issue that Jason House was it like 2 weeks ago that they replaced Tiffany's name on Village Hall and some other places, and people were in their feelings about changing of name because he hasn't technically been sworn in office. So then there is the problem. So that's why we were asking the question. That's what the poll is. And now I'm just asking for those people that feel like he was a little bit premature in changing the name. Why do you feel that way? That's a very interesting question. JC says, I wonder if the FBI has ever went after law firms. That first lawyer she was using knows where all the bodies are buried, I bet. I think a lot of that would probably fall under attorney-client privilege. So I don't know if they'd be able to get a lot of information from that attorney. But I do agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I just don't think that I think it would fall under attorney-client and wouldn't be able to actually give you any information because of that reason. But no, I like that though. That's a keen observation. What does Mike say right here? Not sure if you heard, but Babe Solo saw a new sign Tiff had put up on the non-police officer. For real? Man, that police station thing, that is such a dumpster fire. Let me see. Did she put on her page? To me, that is such a that sign is just all bad. It's down bad altogether. So if you're not familiar, it's basically, if I could, and any of my Daltonites, welcome. Please set me straight if I say it wrong. Basically, there's a building in Dolton that Tiffany basically wanted to become like the police station. And she wanted to secure it and put a sign on the building that said, I don't see Babe Solo talking about it, but put a sign on the building that said Dolton Police. But it's not the police station. I mean, it is confusing. I think when I did my tour of Dolton, you see it in the video. Let me find a picture of it. But it's very confusing because you would think that would be the police station. I mean, it's a great building, but I'm pretty sure in order to be a police station, it has to fall under some kind of guise. It's got to, match a certain thing. You can't just take any old building and turn it into a police station because you got to have some security. You got to have some infrastructure. I'm sure you can't just roll up in there and be like, hey, I'm going to turn this into the police station. That's tacitly what she did. She just kind of just said, hey, this is going to be it. Hold on, let me find this police station. And I just thought it was wild. Now, I will say this, though. I think the building would actually be a pretty nice police station I don't know if it meets all the police station requirements. It'd probably be a pretty nice building. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I see the old one. I just don't see the new one. Okay. Okay, here's just a quick. This is not all right, so here's the building right here in the background. All right, this building right here, I think is called the Melanie Fitness. It used to be a fitness, like a sporting club or like a LA Fitness. I'm gonna kind of impose on it. But this is not the police station. And she just put these signs up. And apparently these signs were like 50 grand to put those signs up. Yeah, Melanie Fitness Center. And is that kind of like a LA Fitness or a YMCA type of deal? But I mean, it's actually, to be honest though, okay, I have to look into it. To be honest though, it actually is a nice looking building. I'll give you that for sure. And it probably would have been a good one if they had done the right thing. But I think there's like a pool in there and they got some roofing issues. So there's some TLC that it would need. So putting the name on the building before you did any other due diligence, I think is where a lot of people's problems were. And it was never approved. So she put it up there well before anybody approved of this building being the potential new police station. And I think that's what the problem is. Yeah, I don't see another picture of it. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. But I think all of y'all, I think the understanding is there. Okay, let's see what Babe Solo is talking about over there. Shout out to Babe Solo. Excellent content creator. She over there doing some good stuff. All right, he said it was on yesterday. All right, let's see. Okay, and you said 10 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick. So we've added Babe Solo to the stream. Shout out to Babe Solo in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go check out what she's doing over there. If you could, moderators, if you could drop Babe Solo in the chat, I'd appreciate it. Let me just real quick see what she's got to say. Let's go. I rewound a little too far, by the way.
And that's a slogan she's using to make, I don't know who she making feel good, but the show didn't make me feel good. Y'all see how the alphabet people got Diddy hemmed up? There you go, Shona. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't think it matters about her daughter. When they come and get her, they're gonna get her, and that's where it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get you.
Picture all these other children that have parents that pass away or parents that walked away. It's sad. It's so sad. Yes, it is. It's very sad. So that's why I wanted to talk about this, because her actions before the camera, she acts as if nothing's happening to her. She's acting as if she's not going to be out of the seat, because she posted this sign. I keep showing it because she actually posted up the sign, said "Coming soon" by Mayor Tiffany Hendrick. And I don't know why she's putting that sign up, because it's only 4 more days left before Jason House be mayor of Dolton. He's gonna be sworn in. And I know one thing, this woman put up a sign. I'm serious. She put a sign up. I have to find that sign. It's off the chain. And it was, I said that to annoy the people of Dolton or what? I don't know what it's supposed to do. It didn't affect me. I saw it as, what's wrong with her? Why would she put that sign up when she's almost going out of office? Mike, oh, okay, you're talking to Mike, so I'm not going to read what you're saying to Mike. Yeah.
All right,
but
so
I'm just curious about Tiffany's behavior, how she's trying to show us that she's all right. And I don't think she's all right.
Okay, I can agree to that.
Remember this?
Okay, there it is.
She put that up Saturday.
Really?
As if she's still going to be in office. I don't understand Tiffany's behavior.
Oh, okay. I got you. That is a very interesting question. Why did she do that? What? Wait. Why did you do that? That's weird. I'm with you, Babe Solo. Shout out to Babe Solo. That's a great question. She literally put that up on Saturday, and she's not even the mayor anymore. Yep, that's Melanie Fitness.
That building has not been used in years. She put this sign up on Saturday. What was Saturday? Saturday was March 26th.
You mean April?
March 26th, she posted this sign up in front of this building as if she's still going to be mayor. That's why I say something is really wrong with her. Yeah, she put that sign up.
Okay.
And that building is not in use.
Wow.
It has never been in use in years. It was a fitness center. And now that sign is up as if she's still being mayor. So I say something wrong with her. I really do. I really do.
Okay. Shout out to Babe Solo. Shout out to Babe. I agree. There's something wrong there for sure. I didn't realize whoever it was, Mike, I believe, mentioned that. I didn't realize she put the sign up. I thought you were referring to the sign on the building itself, not the sign in front, because that sign definitely is brand new. Wow. Yeah, she got there's some real problems there. Yeah, that was just it. And that was all I was going to post about Babe Solo. I think that was a good point, though. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. She's a Dolton resident, by the way. The reason Tiff put the new sign is basic math. Her name came off the village hall, but put one up on Saturday. Okay. I can dig that. I can get with that. Yeah, you can't understand that mind. I agree with you. Brilliant disguise. Maybe it's her way of saying she's going to jail. Okay. Okay. That's a different one. Apparently, Jeff, this sign is brand new, though. Not the sign that's on the building that says police force, but let me pull it back up. All right. This sign right here, where that's in the grass that says coming soon or whatever, police station coming soon. That sign is new. There you go. That sign is new. Make it big. That was not there before, for sure. So that's what Babe Solo's pointing out. That's what we're pointing out. Like, why'd you put that up there? Yeah, somebody had to get paid for that. You're right. Somebody got paid. They need to take her spending habit, her contract signing abilities away. No, good stuff though. Thank y'all so much for that. Appreciate it, man. And shout out to Babe Solo again. All right, what we got? What's going on, Storm? How are you? All right. Steve, I don't know, but that's a great question. We are all watching and waiting to see when that might happen. Let's see, Rose. I have some news for you. She went to school with my daughter and she did graduate from Robert Morris. True fact. She did finish in 2 years. Okay, shout out. So she has an associate's degree. Is that I mean, I hate that Robert Morris, I think, in Chicago actually closed. But she has an associate's degree then. Am I right? Or does she have a bachelor's? I don't know. You can't get a bachelor in 2 years. So unless she had an associate's and then she can't transfer those credits in and finish the bachelor's degree program. Yeah, I think that's Louis Lacey in that picture. Yes. I do think that was him. No, dope conversation. I appreciate y'all. And if you just jumped in, I wanted to talk about the fire. I will leave the news article from Fox in the description. I need to make sure I add that too. I will leave the news article in the description that we were looking at that was just talking about the suspicious nature of this here fire that broke out down there in Dolton. I do want to say thank you to Mike for blessing somebody with a membership, my brother. Thank you so much for adding to the DWC gang. Appreciate you, friend. And if you didn't see it, I'm going to drop it in the chat as well as put it in the description of the video. That was just the article we were looking at and reading before. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what we got. There we go. I personally, I think she was just trying to storm. I think when she said there's more to come, I really think she was just trying to put it out there that she's gonna be doing something. I don't think she has a real exit plan, in my opinion. No, she had an associate's degree. Okay. I don't think I didn't get the vibe of being accelerated, but I got you, Q. You can definitely do it in a short amount of time, but I didn't get accelerated work plan. I mean, accelerated schoolwork vibes from her. She can join the staff at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Absolutely. I'm sure. Look, I told you, I think Tiffany and Umar Johnson would make an amazing couple. That would be a couple that we would tune in every day to watch that foolishness. We would tune in all the time to watch that for sure. Fun fact. Yeah, from my understanding, the Melanie Fitness Building has a lot of financial needs. So what does Mike say here? Just a fun fact that non-police building will probably be sold by the village. Will cost about $1 million to fix up. Yeah. And that's probably even just to fix it up, to bring it up to spec, not even to further allow it to be used as a police station. So I got you for sure. But y'all, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I want to just go over real quick. I had planned to have an interview today, this evening, and it has not materialized. We've not nailed down the agreement on that, so I will not probably be doing my interview. But I'll save it just in case it happens. But just double check and make sure they haven't replied back. Hey, Dr. Scott, text me. Hey, Dr. Scott. But I had planned to do that, but we will not. So tomorrow we'll just get over here and talk about some fun stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. This weekend, Saturday, we got a lot of I got some fun videos scheduled for our Saturday school. So that'll be popping up on Saturday, and then Sunday I might be doing sermon review as well as just a normal show. So I want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Ryan of Harvey, Illinois. Who's Ryan of Harvey? He was on No Apologies channel last night. Is that what you're talking about? I think I know who you're talking about. Mike, I believe that's who you're talking about. And maybe so. That might not be bad. So long story short, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for a fantastic April. We're always striving to get better. So I appreciate the feedback I got on some content that I need to do and some ways to improve. I appreciate y'all throwing me, your boys, some ideas and such like that. Always open to that. So feel free to email management whenever you got something that I need to work on, or you got an idea of something I can look into, and I'll make sure we have that available. There's my email. Feel free to email management, dearwokesy@gmail.com. If you don't mind, please make sure you tip your waiters on the way out. And by doing that, all you do is hit that green heart and make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it so much for that. I appreciate y'all so much. I am going to get out of here and enjoy the rest of this day, albeit a rainy Saturday here. I appreciate y'all nonetheless. So until next time, everybody, grace and peace. See you soon.